flowers. That's right. Okay. Now, sometimes princesses need glasses, so we're going to see if I can do this today without them or if I need to put them on. Thank you so much for inviting me to come and read to you today. Here is my story. Long ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a lovely young princess named
Snow White.
Snow White. That's right. Her stepmother, the queen, was cruel and vain. She hated anyone whose beauty rivaled her own, and she watched her stepdaughter with angry, jealous eyes. Can I see your angry eyes? You guys are too sweet to make angry eyes. The queen had magic powers, and she owned a wondrous mirror that spoke. Every day she stood before it and asked, "Magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all?" And every day the mirror answered, "You are the fairest one of all, O queen, the fairest our eyes have ever seen." As time passed, Snow White grew more and more beautiful, and the queen grew more and more envious.
I keep calling Snow White's
So she forced the princess to dress in rags and work from dawn to dusk. Despite all the hard work, Snow White stayed sweet, gentle, and cheerful. Day after day she washed and swept and scrubbed, and day after day she dreamed of a handsome prince who would come and carry her off to his castle. One day the queen spoke to her mirror. It replied with the news that she had been dreading. There was now someone even more beautiful than the queen, and that person was Snow White. The queen sent for her huntsman. "Take Snow White deep into the forest," she said, "and there, my faithful huntsman, you will kill her." The man begged the queen to have mercy, but she would not be persuaded. "Silence!" she warned. "You know the penalty if you fail." The next day, Snow White, never suspecting that she was in danger, went off with the huntsman. When they were deep in the woods, the huntsman drew his knife. Then suddenly, he fell to his knees. "Oh, I can't do it," he sobbed. "Forgive me." He told her that it was the queen who had ordered this wicked deed. "The queen?" gasped Snow White. "She's jealous of you," said the huntsman. "She'll stop at nothing. Quick, run away and don't come back. I'll lie to the queen. Now go, run, hide." Frightened, Snow White fled through the woods. Branches tore at her clothes. Sharp twigs scratched her arms and legs. Strange eyes stared from the shadows. Danger lurked everywhere. Snow White ran on and on. At last, Snow White fell to the ground and began to weep. The gentle animals of the forest gathered around and they tried to comfort her. Chirping and chattering, they led her to a tiny cottage. "Oh," said Snow White, "it's adorable, just like a doll's house." But inside, the tables and chairs were covered with dust, and the sink was filled with dirty dishes. "My," said Snow White, "perhaps the children who live here are orphans and need someone to take care of them. Maybe they'll let me stay and keep house for them." The animals all helped, and soon the place was nice and tidy. Meanwhile, the 7 dwarves who lived in the cottage were heading home from the mine where they worked. The dwarves were amazed to find their house so clean. They were even more amazed when they went upstairs and saw Snow White. "It's a girl," said Doc. She's beautiful, said Bashful. Ah, said Grumpy. She's gonna be trouble, mark my words. Snow White woke with a start, and she saw the dwarves gathered round her. Why, you're not children, you're little men. I read your names on the beds, she continued. Let me guess who you are. You're Doc, and you're Bashful, and you're Sleepy, and you're Sneezy. You must be Happy, and Dopey, and you must be Grumpy. When Snow White told the dwarves all about the queen's plan to kill her, they decided that she should stay with them. We're just asking for trouble, huffed Grumpy. But we can't let her get caught by that wicked queen, said Doc. The others all agreed. That night, after supper, they all sang and danced and made merry music. Bashful played the concertina, Happy tapped the drums, Sleepy tooted his horn, Grumpy even played the organ, and Dopey wiggled his ears. Snow White loved her new friends, and she felt safe at last. Meanwhile, the queen had learned from the mirror that Snow White was still alive. With a magic spell, she turned herself into an old peddler woman. She filled a basket with apples, putting a poisoned apple on top. One bite, ha 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 ha, and Snow White will sleep forever. Then I'll be the fairest in the land. The next morning, before they left for the mine, the dwarves warned Snow White to be on her guard. Don't let nobody or nothing in the house, said Grumpy. Oh, Grumpy, said Snow White, you do care. I'll be careful, I promise. She kissed them goodbye, and the dwarves went cheerfully off to work. A few minutes later, the queen came to the kitchen window. Making pies, dearie? She asked. It's apple pies the men love. Here, taste one of these. And she handed a poisoned apple out to Snow White. Snow White remembered the dwarf's warning, but the woman looked harmless and the apple looked delicious. Snow White bit the apple, and then she fell to the floor.
And then what happened?
Told by the birds and animals that something was wrong, the dwarves raced back to the cottage. They saw the queen sneaking off and they ran after her. As storms gathered and rain began to fall, the dwarves chased the queen to the top of a high, rocky mountain. Crack! There was a flash of lightning, and the evil queen fell to her doom below. But it was too late for Snow White. She was so beautiful, even in death, that the dwarves could not bear to part with her. They built her a coffin of glass, and day and night they kept watch over their beloved princess. One day, a handsome prince came riding through the forest. As soon as he saw Snow White, he fell in love with her. Kneeling by the coffin, he kissed her. Snow White sat up. She blinked. She smiled. The prince's kiss had broken the evil spell. As the dwarves danced with joy, the prince carried Snow White off to his castle, where they lived happily ever after. The end. Okay, were you all listening to the story?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see. I have some little cards here, and they're going to tell us what kind of motions we need to do. If we were listening to the story, we'll know what to do, okay? So the first one says to stand like a prince.
Stand up like
Everybody stand up like a nice, proud prince. Good job. The next one says to dance like Dopey. Can you dance like Dopey would dance?
Yeah.
Good job. Dance around. And wiggle your ears. Remember, Dopey liked to wiggle his ears.
Yay.
Good job. The next one is to cackle like a witch. Let me hear your best cackle. Nice and loud. I want to hear it. Good job. look sleepy. Can you snore?
Still too much more.
Okay. Now we need to blush like Bashful. Can you act like you're shy like Bashful? I know none of you are shy for real, but let's pretend. Smile like you're happy. Happy the dwarf always has a smile on his face. That's such a good smile. Sneeze like you're sneezy, but only in your hand. Wave like
Wave like that.
Okay, now we're gonna be grumpy. So you're gonna fold your arms like Grumpy. He doesn't like all this princess business, does he?
No, I don't.
Right? But you guys are never grumpy, are you?
No.
I bet not. Okay. Oh, now we're gonna hop up and down like a rabbit, like the little rabbits. Okay, now we're gonna prance like a deer. There were all kinds of deer in the forest, and they helped Snow White find the cottage. Prance around like a deer. Oh, that's some good prancing. You're very good at that. Oh, that's excellent, Emma. Good job. Now you're gonna flap like a birdie. Bird, pretend to be a bird. The birdies help Snow White clean the house and do the dishes. Fly like a bird. Now we're gonna frown like, remember the huntsman? He was so sad and he begged Snow White to forgive him. So we're gonna frown and we're gonna look sad like the huntsman because he had to tell Snow White to go home. And then there's Snow White. We're gonna take a big bite of an apple. Hold your apple up in your hand. Take a nice big bite. Good job. Good job. Okay, everybody have a seat. You're all such good listeners and you knew the story so well. I'm so proud of you.
Do we want to take a picture maybe of them together?